Welcome to Littlefield University. Today we're talking about the creative process behind our 2021 short for the Charlotte Sports Foundation and Duke's Mayo, Return of the Fans.
Check it
Let me tell you, the stakes were set for the Duke's Mayo Classic game here in Charlotte back in September of 2021. App State versus ECU kicked off the weekend, followed by a concert on Saturday, followed by now wait for it, legendary Clemson versus Georgia game. ESPN Game Day was in town covering the game, and on top of all of that, this was all following the pandemic from the spring and summer of 2021. So the fans came back in droves. I'm going to turn things over to our creative team here for them to go into how they tackled and covering and telling the story of this hectic sports weekend. But first, here's a look at the finished spot.
Have you ever heard that expression? If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? For a while, that question could not get out of our heads. When a great pass was hauled in, when a diving tackle was made, when a kick soared between the uprights or a loose ball was tracked down, but no one was there to watch. Did it lose meaning? It didn't take long to get an answer. Turns out, having fans on the sidelines at home was a far cry from having fans on these sidelines. The live concert, the smell of tailgating, the game day traditions, and of course, the party. None of it would have been possible without you. As the three-day extravaganza lifted off, coverage from ESPN's College Game Day showed America what we've known for all too long. The city of Charlotte is equipped for greatness, and the people of Charlotte are ready for anything. Only here, in a city known for its love of sports, with a culture and history unlike any other, could a wait so long feel this worth it? With our missing ingredient back in full force, both inside and outside the sold-out Bank of America Stadium, the Duke's Mayo Classic weekend delivered on what makes college football so special. Fierce competition and passion on the field, but above all else, a sense of community. That tree fell in the forest, and thanks to your return, it sure made a sound. Welcome back. We missed you.
Hello everyone, I am Tim and I was the director on this project.
Hi, I'm Stephen Malik. I was one of the producers on this project.
I'm Mike Rita, and I was one of the shooters.
So the client is the Charlotte Sports Foundation, and essentially they put together and they bid to bring in these games to Charlotte. Their goal is to just raise money and bring all of this money into the city of Charlotte to help it to continue to grow and just be kind of this like hub for sporting events. So yeah, I guess we could talk about the first thing was like some of like the amount of preparation that went into this thing. We had to find some drone operators that had the proper clearance to fly around the stadium, which Steven helped out a lot in finding that. We had to coordinate with the paratroopers that were dropping in the football and making sure that we got the footage from them as soon as that it was done, and like they did certain things on their way down that we could get, certain pieces of footage of that.
Yeah, for live event coverage like this, we overshoot.
Yes.
We have multiple people on the field. I think each person was carrying a couple of lenses, like a 24-70 and like a 70-200, so they can swap out on the fly.
Yeah.
We had a couple Blackmagics. We had a couple C500s. We brought in an outside shooter, and he had his own camera.
Our company has shot events like this before, but none of this team had done this event yet. And so, you can't really over-prepare for something like that where there are a million things you need to get to make a recap video like this, and you gotta spread your team out. You gotta make sure everyone is there to get it from different angles, get it from different focal lengths. So yeah, there was a lot of planning that went into it. And then while you're there, it's so much fun. Like, yes, there are a million things you have to get, but like, you're on the field. There are thousands and thousands of screaming people there's an awesome game that's happening right in front of you. It is a really fun event to shoot. When we finished and we were dumping footage that night, we all had a bet, like, how much footage did we shoot? And it was like, I mean, it's, hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes. We way overshot it. But it's, you're on the field and you're like, if I don't press record right now and like the biggest play of the game happens, and I miss it, like, you're gonna feel like an idiot. And so you're just like, I'll record this one too. And then you end up recording like every freaking play, but at least you have it.
Well, a lot of the things that I learned as far as just like shooting wise and technical wise was probably bring less and kind of like focus each person on having like a little bit of like a different a goal. So it's like some of the people that are using the Blackmagics, they have that crop factor. We're not filming in 6K for this thing. We want to try and keep it like in good quality, but still like file size is relatively low. Also shooting everything in 60 frames. Like being able to like speed ramp and create some sort of like hype in action within the video and stuff like that really helps out and just creates a little bit more excitement in the video.
Yeah, I was shooting on the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. I had with me a little backpack with a 24-70 and a 7200, and I was swapping them out a lot in the beginning of the game, and then I was like, your boy likes a tight frame. So I pretty much stayed on the 7200, and I was zoomed into 200 the whole time. With that crop, it was like practically a 400. I know that I used a monopod, and I think Steven did too. Did you use a monopod?
Not a shoulder rig. Like just a lot of the movement that I felt like I was able to just track a little bit quicker with certain things. And I did like the fact that because I had like the dual grips and stuff like that, I did get this one shot where the Clemson football team was waving to the fans at the end, and I was able to just set it down on the ground and really get kind of like that ground level shot. And because of those handles, like it kept it level.
Yeah, when I would try to like pan with a player who's like running, I had to turn my whole body, and then if I'm turning my whole body, like sometimes like the horizon shifts, and it was a little weird. I think shoulder mount would probably be better for that.
Yeah, everyone was kind of like fighting for a spot, right? Mainly because Georgia started like when Georgia was running the ball down, it was one of those things where like everyone wanted to be on that end of the field, and so just like finding like a little spot and being like, well, I'm just gonna like get real low and get under this person's like photo camera, and I'll still be able to like have a shot and stuff like that. That's definitely something I was looking for, and that's what I learned from the first game with the App State and ECU. Even though it wasn't as big as a game or anything like that, like there still were moments where there was like press on the field. It's like I just have to squeeze myself in there and find something to do. So I feel like communication was pretty good throughout that, and I think once we kind of all got into a rhythm of it, we didn't really need to communicate as much. So like we learned a lot from that first game, and then going into the second one, we all had a pretty clear idea on what we wanted to do.
And you learn that like there's a lot of downtime in a football game. So you record that play, and then when you're done recording, you just check your phone. You know that there's a whole team of people that might be trying to reach you. So you get your shot, you check your phone, no notifications. That's great. And you get into that kind of rhythm. And I don't think there was any real moment where someone was really like, guys, I need you. Like we were able to kind of communicate in a timely manner.
Yeah, and I think we were originally going to have another person on the field with us, but we ran into a little snag when we discovered the traffic around Charlotte for that second game completely clogged up the city, and to the point where one of our shooters couldn't even get to the stadium in time to make the game.
As far as the editing process for the video that we just watched, we wanted it to put it out while it was still like hot, fresh, and like what everyone was still thinking about. And so the biggest issues that I ran into was just like trying to find a VO actor or whatever to read a script that hadn't been written yet. And so we were trying to sum up the event after we had shot it. That was just kind of the way that we did it. So like that was a challenge in trying to really talk about how this was a big special moment and having fans come back and be just like in the stadium and just like the atmosphere that it gives off rather than just like watching it from home. By the time I got the VO and stuff like that, I had about 12 hours to get it done. And so I edited it like in like one work day, and I think the next morning, came back, and then Alan had thrown some sound design on there and kind of like polished it up a bit. And it was one of the few videos that I've turned in and only had like the most minor of tweaks, to where they were like switch out like one of these shots and that was it. And so like there was
a good video.
Yeah, it was good. It turned out to be something really, really well, and you know the client was super happy about it. So like that's all that matters.
So there you have it. We had so much fun running around Bank of America Stadium while watching a pair of amazing games. But let me tell you, it never gets old seeing a game from the field. So we hope this offered a little view into what we saw, and we hope you liked it. So let us know what your favorite part of the videos are, and any funny quotes from our team by leaving a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, do us a favor. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that bell icon to get notifications whenever we post. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in class.